Who's cutting onions? Never to say these words again. Get the zoom in. Especially made that, 1 of 1. Panic in the Premier League, Eriksen set for Inter exit, a transfer roundup, your questions answered, all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Froelich. You are the One Footballers, and for the final time, this is the Daily News. So first off, there's a bit of a panic in the Premier League about whether or not the Christmas schedule is going to go ahead. With most other European leagues taking a Christmas break, it's always nice to sit back and watch all the Premier League drama unfold. Might not be happening this year though. Yesterday, Spurs versus Leicester was called off, and 4 further fixtures for this weekend's round of matches have all been postponed due to rising corona cases. Even the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool, who played last night, had confirmed before the game that there were a few positive cases within their squad. We'll have to wait and see in the next few days how this develops, but really, it looks as though the weekend's fixtures may not even go ahead. And because of that, it's going to be a whole lot of time before everyone's back to full fitness. And apparently a lot of clubs are going to go to the Premier League and ask that, well, they'll be given a bit of a break and that nothing returns until the FA Cup weekend on the 8th and 9th of January. This would mean that Premier League football stops until the following weekend on the 15th and 16th. But not every single Premier League manager is too keen on this. For example, both Brentford and Brighton are rather interested in taking a quick break, whereas Jurgen Klopp has said it doesn't really seem to make much sense because when they come back, Corona's still going to be around. Obviously, it's a little disappointing for those of you like myself who expected to go to a Premier League game over Christmas, but never mind. Of course, health and safety comes first, so I wouldn't hold out your hopes for seeing anything this weekend. But last night, there was still a little bit of football going on, and there was actually a little bit of controversy. Chelsea drew 1-1 at home to Everton, a COVID-hit Everton side, but the main controversy was to be found at Liverpool, where despite the fact John Shelby gave Newcastle the lead, well, Diogo Jota's equaliser was covered in controversy. Basically, Isaac Hayden was down with a head injury in the box. Liverpool played on, the ref didn't stop it, and they got an equaliser. Now, I know you're going to say, didn't the same thing happen with De Gea? Yes, potentially, but it wasn't a head injury. Although on the flip side, there's nothing in the rules that say a head injury has to be stopped either. It's all a little bit confusing, but overall, Liverpool definitely deserved to win. And if you haven't seen the last goal already from Trent Alexander-Arnold, check that out. What a strike. Anyway, this latest round of fixtures means that Manchester City are top. They've got Liverpool hot on their tails whilst keeping Chelsea in third at arm's length. Moving on then and to Christian Eriksen, who is set to leave Inter Milan today. After suffering cardiac arrest in the summer at the Euros with Denmark, legally he's not allowed to play in Italy anymore. So the Serie A side have agreed to terminate his contract. He'll be leaving the club, and there are quite a few who are interested in taking him, certainly in the Premier League and the Eredivisie as well. Former club Ajax are interested, as well as a few other Premier League sides. If they can manage to get him into it, then you know what? This is an absolute win. It was horrifying scenes in the summer, but the fact that Christian Eriksen can come back from this return to the top level of football is amazing news. And on the last ever Daily News, I thought we'd try and end with something a little bit more positive. Next up then, a quick roundup of the rest of the day's news and transfer news that you might have missed. And the UEFA Nations League groups were drawn yesterday, and England had their chance to get a little bit of revenge on Italy, as they have been drawn in the same group with them and Germany. Makes for a very tough group, alongside Hungary as well. And another tough group belongs to Wales, who've been drawn alongside not only Belgium, but the Netherlands as well. Elsewhere, and Kieran Trippier has admitted that he would like to return to the Premier League, with Newcastle set to be interested. Both Dejan Kulusevski and Artur Melo could be leaving Juventus in the January transfer window. And lastly but not least, we had quite possibly the most ridiculous red card of all in the Paraguayan Super Cup. One of the goalkeepers ran on before the game even started, went to his goal, made an obscene gesture to the crowd after they taunted him reportedly, and then got sent off before the game had even started. His team went on to lose 3-1, but not exactly the greatest preparation for a Super Cup final. Next up then, we have Friday Fields. This is where we throw a couple of predictions down over some of the weekend's football, whether it happens or not. First off, in Italy and in Serie A, we've got second against fourth as AC Milan take on Napoli. I'm going for a 1-1 draw in that one. Over in La Liga, we have second against fourth as Sevilla take on Atletico Madrid, and I'm going to go for a 3-2 victory for Sevilla. And in the Premier League, we have second against seventh. Tottenham had to ruin it, didn't they? Yeah, with apparently quite a few COVID cases, I'm not sure where this one's going to go ahead, but if it does, Liverpool have so much firepower, I can't see Spurs mustering much, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to Jurgen Klopp's side. Finally then, we come to the OneFootball Q&A, where we're going to answer some of your questions because you want to know why on earth the Daily News is ending. Now, thank you just so much to all of you who left a comment in the last few daily newses, and basically we rounded them up, and it turns out many of you have been asking the same thing. So I've got 3 questions to answer. The first one that you all want to know is why? Why is the daily news ending? Well, in all honesty, we want to freshen things up a bit. We've taken lots of feedback from you guys over the years, and you always want something new, fresh, and exciting. And to be honest, after over 800 episodes and almost 4 years of the daily news, it was time to change things up. The daily news took up quite a bit of our day to put it all together, to research it for you, to record it, and to edit it as well, as producer Ryan will tell you. And well, we could spend our time doing other stuff, bringing you fresher information on a quicker basis. How many times have we had it that we've put out the daily news and then something has changed in the footballing world? We want to be able to react to that and bring it to you quicker, so we're trying to streamline how we do things here. So next up, you're probably wondering, how is this going to be happening, Matt? Well, along with all of our social channels, we're really keen to make the most of our OneFootball app. So we'll be putting a load of content in there, as well as on YouTube Shorts as well. We want to bring you the freshest and the latest in everything, and we think that basically getting things out quicker and sooner to you is going to be beneficial for everybody. And lastly, a lot of you are asking, when is this going to happen? Well, you can expect some cool updates in January, but bear with us just a little bit. We're taking on board your feedback. We're having a lot of discussions, and believe me, this decision to end the daily news was not taken lightly. But starting from January, there'll be more news, there'll be more updates, and we'll be trying loads more stuff, like I mentioned, across YouTube, across all of our social media platforms, and in our OneFootball app as well. So that is that then. Like I mentioned, after 800 episodes, after 4 years of the daily news, after annoying producer Ryan every single morning, but absolutely loving bringing all of you guys the news, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for every single comment. Thank you for every like. Thank you for all your engagement, the support, the appreciation on all that we've been doing here at OneFootball. But I don't want to talk like it's over. Like I mentioned before, there is loads more to come, just not from the daily news for now. Anyway, thank you so much once again from not only myself, but Angelina, Ryan, the rest of the team that have worked so hard on the daily news over the past couple of years. So for one final time, I'm still your host, Matt Froelich. You are still the OneFootballers, but this was the daily news. Ah, no! That was a good ending. I don't know what else to do. All that and more coming up, as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You're the OneFootballers, and this is The Daily Show. That's all from me today. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, and the best ones will be read out at the end of tomorrow's video, like these ones are today. I'll see you next time.